Abusua mo achen ama wo akwaba Adom TV so ne ene eye January busum ye dikan kra afi 2021 mu ne da etoso enkono wote enka asempa 94.7 FM ene ye de dikan aye no Asia e na wotwe dwumadie so ne ti mamema obi bia afihyiapa na mensese afie 2021 ye hu na afie twa mu no enya de aye behunu bio e mo obi bia afihyiapa enkwa ene ahoden e na yese edema obi bia bidin Edi Chief Jerry Force na wotwe dwumadie na no penso yasim konwa ayede ebro na hye ne so afefofra ye wura mu yi dwumadie ya hye mu kina ya tomu nkyene ya bekoya anim nsem a esoso ene ba bedi hu enkomo ewo dwumadie yi eso entu kan ye hu na wotwe dwumadie memenda bia na pa no wotwe kopma na pa nondu no ya de dwumadie ya de bro live on Adom TV na fe asempa 94.7 FM. Of course, feel free to join us on social media, Adom TV on Facebook, Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook na fe YouTube na fe share for comment to her ya beje bre na fe akenkan e de amount December boso ne de to sonson e na nyame adaroma odi yanimu ade ye ho afofi ma yekoto santre to aba e de yi mrasebejafo 275 afei eyi omampani enso so e ka ho ye wie na fe ye hwe anim se 7 January ne bedru na fe mrasebejafo mo e shai afei ya power speaker na womo akabo mu na fei omampani ato abade ayi no yede afna ahye ne nsem na fei washai sadwumadie yi eba so 7th January eye enene nansa na niema ekoso ewo mrahye eno de ni nyina ye waso musem ana wanimsem enya de a yede betuatua waso na ne ekira adwen and say for the first time ewo Ghana ye parliament ye hunade a ye hunu bi da ede ne baaye aba ye ba beto ede ayi mrahye bedwani ana ye ba beto ede ayi speaker of parliament ene ho daire ba ho a ye hunu ye de eye bebre for the first time ye hunu mrahye bedwafo a sebe womo eye womo hufin mrahye bedwafie ho womo ayato abade ayi womo so womo konkɔ hye mra kro no anu a womo hye no efie hɔ a ye hunu mrahye bedwani a wo say ballot voting screen womo etam ballot box womo hwim ballot box na fe mrika ye de sa womo ye course we anapa ye beje na fe ya twetwemu enkomo na nia ya kakra ewo mu eni se won se nia course ma hye beje fie ni nyina no na Ghana fo nyina animusem nia ha dwene kakra eni emra hye beje fie anan panifo a ye to nsa fra womo amam panifo diplomats ne panifo titira ye to nsa fra womo na womo nyina mo man mu a na womo ehwebie na minchecho aso no ne ekoso ma hye beje fie ebi na guso a wo hwe no.
MPs-elect are now chanting the revolution song and the military are now leaving the chamber. The NDC MPs chanted their revolution song and on the third count, members of the military are now filing out of the chamber. As you will find, they are filing out of the chamber. We do not know who spoke what to them, but they are now leaving the chamber. And the members of parliament on the NDC side they continue to chant revolution. Of military are leaving chamber of Ghana's parliament.
Okay. Eti nia ekoso na shebe fie ho na ukohwe bi for the first time yehunu asrafo a womu ekuratu. And so yehwe standing orders of parliament eka eba no maintaining law and order ewo fie ho ankasa eka ye marshals adwuma ede na kwete brode ahomam emanti enei yehunu asrafo ewo efie ho anape yebeje me na fe ya twetwemu enkomo me the chief jerry force anape very extensive discussion na yeba abeye anape we want to assess the spectacle that greeted the 8th parliament of Ghana, the good, the bad and the ugly. Na fe ya hwe adwuma nkasa yeba abeye no mra hye fie ho sisi assistants now sort of a hang parliament and sisi yewo adwuma no ebekosen ankasa feel free to drop your comment on our Facebook page na fe yebeje me na fe akenkan the amount. My guests and then Nnawotwe Yi Nnawotwe Yi so the Honorable George Odro, or a former MPP member of Parliament, New Adubiase, and the Deputy Agric Minister. On the card transfer, say the Honorable Member of Parliament for Banda, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, and on Chief Whip, NDC Caucus, on also Babekai on Afe, Yatri and Komo. Ma Yeshan Komo Chucheno, Asawabra, Yesha Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, and him. Honorable Drew, Afishapa.
Afego mate.
Bibia wako de.
Nyame ado.
Yede nyame ase. Afisi ehia.
David
kan ehia. Afisi se na bibia yi.
Oh, nyame na etie no. Tam ye hwe nyame.
Yeah.
Do no ye ne ne hyehyɛ no. Fana.
Yede nyame ase.
The afisi say de obeka no ande be kutem.
Yede nyame ase. We experienced member of parliament. Unfortunately, one sorry Kobi, but anya no ho komo na e ba betwetwe. The practice e wo mra hye be fie. My education kakra say ye to abawie na ekoba say say mopaw speaker of parliament standing orders no saying because my kind standing orders number 8 and 9 menya nchim ba wo ha be bo kakra
asana be shase no nika mamu mo viewers na Afishapa ne mo adwuma efo ni nyina na question of wisa e statistics ye to abawie a 6 January no if he be 10 11 30 before 7th no or say MPs ni nyina MPs elect no obi a wo if you at least latest by 11:30 there also obi a ho na me show be fie no ye wa adwumayfo ho sa de trouble no be start fie no wo adwumayfo a omo na hwe nema be cost of parliament nyina omo adwuma no also kasa bo marshal din charge of security ni omo laborers class na there wo ye MP elector wura chamber no ma wo ba bia sese wo kotena ansa na aso in anaba ye adwuma enye wadwuma no ube wura mu no
enye na obekere se metena be kuma na metena nifa
ube wura mu no na nkonwa 275 na wo no idin ye de isisi animu obi akonwa ni nyina na odisio edimi say first time wura mu a fe na oben nanti mu a na akohu
akohwe udi
na watena se sana nhihye ne tie ba fi we die no amasa nhihye a parliament adwumayfo no ye no di din bobo ho di nyina no was NDC for no almost at wura chamber no from 8 o'clock going which enye normal enye ne sa da all the content ma we attend
ba say ntiamra so
o David so wo kwa ye bie ni de ne ntiamra edwom wura mu no ba bia ye di omu din na abobọ no omo zo omo mpe ho ozo mko no mo she white omo se abane eto ye no they still insist say omo na win na de awre ho kakra omo se omo bia de mra na ede ekekere ena dan na omo wura mu no kura na mra nka se de bu omo Ghana no ho na ekekere no in the first place ho na ekekere mra no mum no yen aye kwohwe ekekere mra no ye ko ni ebu first emra so emra che say udi na bo itra ho ko do akot o mo titi ni nyina afi o no makotena ba bi o mo pe edi MP say honorable slide no ne ba kokura agi say aha na meti energy MP for here no o mo call ba bi a nye ho no so
ho no na me hu say honorable slide o pia honorable Collins Dauda efi akonya bi so because okotena ba bi a
because okotena ba bi a na sese ono slide etena ba dem so mo ne kasa no ja na MP for nyina fi ho ekwa edi omo ba no na omo afa omo adwen dada omo nim de sese omo be de mo be ba ni nyina nkanfu ya no ba bia na ekeka ko no wo se wo ye wo ntro no kan se amampanyifo bi free ba bi aba
omo nyina omo ha omo
enye hwe mbo na omo hwe na me na ha me ya ye program for oman no se bo bra se ya mpanyifo no omo ko hye wa ha ye be di dwuma sei na omo san ye de akọ omo nchi na omampanyi bi aba na bibi na kikiri se onabo se chemensa busu akasa binim so atia o se okan se sabano na o so mo ye rerun first one take here
well memo to so ba se wo hwe TV so obi hu the moment honorable Esla Owusu opia honorable Collins Dauda free akonya so em say na esi ye ne say no oti akonya bi so obi hwim akonya no efri ne to ase ema ni kotoje si fam enti ono so ba na sa no so de abufuo wode ewo honorable Collins Dauda eso so edi free akonya no ote so no eso and so all these spectacles happened
just say how and I'm just say baby a ye hihye mra no ene baby a asem we see ena yen a ana omo a oma na ato aba mo so omo go hihye mra no in the first place omo na AEC eje ofi ochina ko no usije bu mra bi so a wana MP betima be jina oni wa ka je say menye say we wan kasa wa ye hu findara ya hihye mra udin ni CJ usije nkara m gaza chief justice o say
Chief Jerry
ezi Chief Jerry tna ha no akọ wai o mpe ho wo wadwe ni say aba etu onu awon ba yo emra wo man ye to aba electoral commission che say we are winning we are say eno ne nyina ye de ko wo ho hihye fufuru bi a ekwan da ho e say court o mo anya ne sa na di we no media honestly me real hoy pa for both sides both MPP and NDC nema be a course but Matisse say Carlos honorable Carlos as well issue statement about patch also on his part no wanyini ye fine but NDC side no menti bi ase bi o mo be patch one ebisa hey honorable Muntaka I was shocked. Well, leader.
But I'm not the General Secretary of the NDC.
Press conference.
Say one more NDC side, one two sana mono. They deserve national honors. I say bo baso for protecting our democracy.
Revolution has come to stay. Revolution what you say? In English, no kind English now. Was a forcible overthrow of a government or a social order. Forcible to overthrow social order or government. It is a revolution that has come to stay there. Young Ghana for no, young ready say forcible no, to overthrow a government or a social order. Opa momon be dictionary and everything. That's the meaning of a revolution. A forcible overthrow of a government or social order. It is a revolution has come to stay. Say the Omo Canada. Omo adwin na meka say before no omu wuremu no na omo afọ omo adwin dada. Abane etu na electoral commission say aha na kwai where I say no. Omo ade de omo kuto omo adwin dada.
Honorable, let me get the meaning of revolution for the purposes of Yankomo na yetwetwe. In political science, a revolution is a fundamental and relatively sudden change in political power and political organization which occurs when the population revolts against the government, typically due to perceived oppression, political, social, economic, or the like. Well, I say per definition,
to overthrow of a government.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
If there's a social or a perceived oppression,
good.
There's a revolution.
Then you force now they force two government.
Well, maybe they revolted because there's oppression from.
Ghana. Oppression is here.
Oh no, but utie.
Oh, sorry, is that Uber?
But talking about utie NDC for year and help us to resist oppressors. That is the mentality that they form.
Very good.
It's coming into the parliament.
No, somebody can't. Say no more formal dream dada. The omu ba ye. Enka unko me enka njo se tena ha ubu mbra so a sije tena ha mempe ho wo pia to nchen na unhu se oba be si ate akonwa so edum be bi a abrana ye bo no ma bi ni ma bi ndi omu treatment no ma ne nkwala ne aboche se wi a nkwala ne dikan na maba na mmoa kamanum ne ade ne toso anza na bem akra de wabam edu ni oba dili utiti oba ye careful. So now Ubano, what dream pony say, baby as was Latin, one I remember quatena, or the cano, a trim to or bad talkunya, man in a day, as she form. Now, massa, never be a man for the agrosa. It in the revolution was has come to stay. Now dream has been oppressed. Oppression, see the who saw that obey you may. Their problem now. Your oppressor will be a, and they say, what bar, what judge white, one nantia, could do parliament or. Your president can how can be more around. Now, me more a force about security agencies. Starting from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a man. Oh, mo ya de pa. Sa parliament enclave one ridge area on blockade. Sa access route main road lead to parliament ne conference center area on. Mo blockade we na a man to barriers until Thursday. Adwumadi no e course. Because now signals be there, AP. So Obekaya, I think it was Monday was a Friday. No, Onabo could to a black one. More season back, OB programs, no interview, no.
Asempa.
Yes. Or can say on the night, you know, he specifically mentioned Techima South, MP. Say Omo there, Omo play money watching menu. No, how? You know, say a call letter commission, who do you see? In the do what na the media yen fan to on air o krom how who MP say o call letter ko yen hu dey see e so mo pushi police one dey there e go nchen no mo buwura mu and say sa adwi ni bi na wo o mo adwi mu fine and say securities there they work on intelligence them say be based on that no more year. Sajman, my boy, my baspa, or my idea.
Including one bar, chamber honor, military near bar chamber honor.
Say, once security there, my can say they work on intelligence. And you be on more information. Normally, it doesn't come out. For the first time, I will say military, armed, a chamber. It has never happened. And it's not supposed to be like that.
Was the situation that bad and not marshals now work for your honor or multi air handle?
Now they see the we say near a boot I ever trouble now. Muntaka is a Jinapos or Mudomona ere. A bubu ya.
Me say Bakwa or Shekoti. Aha, and I tam no ya. Ya too much.
Where? The town on your masha. Joy masha.
Next Ajisem.
Ajisem was a security. In fact, military crown. Some more memoir. Omo de omo no omo go. They from say member man. They from basa. Omo de omo wachire. Police be ye adwuma. Anye ya na ya frɛ bi na national security.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Asoja for dey nka me hu ye. Ye kwa kwa. And na you release asoja for in time of war. And you release asoja for. But Parliament House consensus na muntimin build rules of engagement ntimin ya adwuma team ho asesia ese asoja fo na nya ba akonye mi
e me de say TV o ha wo hwe masha ya tam do on so wanse masha yi o so wase ya to ru ba bi okoto o bia bi okoto e ba bi
ase phone bi na ye hwe wo
ba bi e to no koto e je ba bi e duro no aweho. Honestly speaking, in fact, and this for no be more, I am now for me who more money. They say that Atimeniso. Oh, crack. I mean, can you imagine? Ho baby ho na hye mra no. Se next abato bi duru ho. Na obi gira o sa na o na beto aba na o de say Muntaka constituency. Ye ba beto aba. Na obi ko no de na go butu no. Ballot box no atam. E di Muntaka betimi aka say nipa de yenchi na na wanye ni ye. Ade che ye no mo yes ano. Say the kan, who say educate ya say ye mo de be award. The revolution which has come to stay no. And what you man
before I remember the very individual incidents, you know, you have some about you. But say parliamentary service for before the swearing in and before the swearing of parliament. One more says okay, Oba, because maybe I would do one better. Is this information communicated to the members of parliament elect?
And I'm just saying, Nyamin Chadi me, my member of parliament. Uraha runu netie. Ube uremuna na staff ni beach na ho. So obusa te bia o did this. Some do new ones no. Old ones here omunim. We did this this constituency. We first time and second time. O can because omunim we first time a certificate war no we actually. Okay. They from backbenchers no. We first time we can say oh any Shewdini war. This last actually whole room. Oh yeah, first time I won't even call baby I know slamu kwa kunya ho. We are out. We are second time I won't even call ho. Honey she say no MPP side the Japan ne KT Hamon. O say chairman abus na first na back KT Hamon ne the Japan. Omo second a chew fi opa. Na fi e dey so sa na ba. The first time I there omo chire. E dey chire baby a wo say wo see we first time there hwehwe this rule. To ni namu a na wakohu wakonya no ede na watena se. Sa na mra na ede etie. Na so no say the we no see ye no. Omo no ba no. No mo abo mo adwin podada. But yeah, because before omo ko no emra na kire de say omo ye. But because of revolution into no as say omo there omo forcibly pushy social order na ono to no mo aye de omo pe. So if the revolution has come to stay there, you're ready. You are ready. Me I'm ready. Nema be bredi eche, me they are ever ready.
Nema be bredi eche.
Na the course who say see. Who say see. Revolution has come to stay. Your mouth signal. Your mouth signal. Media me gide chem say see. Nema be bredi be koso. Go suban ewo mu. Suban ewo mu. Ya to aba. And when you say being see that 2012, the same thing happened. A court near there. Now say you cry no. NDC for the ones my there. I got down the court. Now all the asma. So we kaya a court. The ones I issue statements say almost supporters. As I near demonstration. Actually.
In fact, Enra, there was a demonstration up north.
I mean, how? So. Nti semni bi o hwa na but enye sie wie nti no omo adwin po na omo abone de me just sure say bibi betimi asesa no so far as the revolution has come to stay in there revolution eno na be koso aye de eno niema ewum no na be koso nti enye ready for that.
Well, Adom TV so ne otien ka sempa 94.7 FM na otwe dwumadi eguso a ye de ebrewo the honorable member of parliament for Banda and deputy whip NDC caucus honorable Ahmed Ibrahim abeka yensa honorable afishapa
afin committee da
awode wo hode
nyame ne mo mpa bo
flamingo fo mo ho
obia chacha
me bo flamingo na me so obeka
obia chacha
well many honorable Odro ahye nkomotwetwe no ase question am di kan bi sa no members of parliament elect say ye be so mo in na enhyehyɛ ne tisen na wa kyerem say we first timer esan say un kofi ho danti ubeduru ho no left and right ni na church obi edin ewo na konya ho but mo duru ho ntem mo duru ho no minim mo trimu po mo duru ho ba bi extreme sam kwata na ho na mo try ko yiyi edin ya church onyi na kwata ba bi a mo ankasa ankasa mo pe adintia
minu ya ma mi fa wakwanya so na mincha etifo ni omo hwe yen nyina na machia Ghana man na aka askira Ghana for say nyame ya adma wo china kwesi obi ankoda yankopon ase me gidi send ye nyame pe no na waye no na amane sa anka ne beba ne nye God knows best na wo hwe ne esi wo parliament ne le menua odro e kan ya me this man third term me wo parliamentary leadership no and this man fourth term in parliament and a parliament we planning committee no me kan Nishisha e koso ne nyina me kan but kan me kan ho no so me wo limit
okay
se wo hwe parliamentary work na a consensus building and dialogue menua odro o se ye kodro ho no ba bi o mu kire ye no yankotena ho hwan na kire ye se yankotena ha na yantena wa ye kotena he obi an kire obi ase kotena ha na se kotena
but kire mu kire mudru ho anwumre no what happened mudru ho as members of parliament elected what happened
let me narrate the whole story na me pese me kasa no bewa because of time and the buy ni planning committee no are register ni part 275 say oba beso ye in wama obia ni bibia e kire say wa register no as a member of parliament enti wa draw ni program say program na ya draw no part 275 originally no most planning committees in the part 200 and a better form na ni part 74 and 75 that na yenyan enye decisive on this I mean we so they were planning about ni part 74 akwa akotena suro gallery be bia da no asidu nkete ya no try
yeah
enti omeka kire NDC for na ka say why na obetena the constituency I say MP or no
MP ato abama no te so ebinum so tefa
ebinum so tefa enti eno enholdo ba ye nyina betena form 275 seat na wo ho no omuzi corona internet say 3 marks 10 marks na ebeshe kura na ebeshe na yatena form so there was no original plan say we no betena na we no betena but ka nepa 137 NDC 137 MPP 100 MPP betena form na 100 NDC atena form na 37 NDC akosoro na 37 NDC MPP so akosoro ene ka se ba ne sa na se obi constituency etransi no mo se otisoro wa the next election the na to MP no kro ko parliament kro ambo mo ambo no o ma ne ko transoro nti let's make sure say there is that kind of cohesion ye nyina ye ntra from ho no those mas na be share kro na ya share so that we observe COVID-19 protocols secondly planning committee no she say ade aye ba be ye best dissolve old parliament no exactly at 12 midnight. Now you are starting new parliament no exactly at 12:01 so that there will be no constitutional lacuna. Ekoba ni sa we no. We renew unse only MPP for plan ya. You plan ahead. If you plan ahead they will be ineffective.
Okay, so what intel did you pick up?
We pick intel say Oma ka kire say ye mrap 275 ni nyina ndru parliament fi officially 11 p.m. No. Na enye sure say because unse na because MPs no be a media for 3 days no be a debate who be majority who be minority. So there is no decisive majority no decisive minority as it stands now even as I'm speaking. Yeah. Ena ekoba ni sa no move through say be confusion BBC we better Into your picking intel say they will come at 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Your picking intel say MPP phone be drew on 9 o'clock. Into I was say ye organize into ye organize your members na na koda Marriott Hotel because no momo Alisa Hotel. And I picking intel so say Alisa Hotel no mo no. Omo amfa unity any free ho. So we were on top of the game.
Then you see ho.
On say omoko no nipa na they were now going to decide on who they will nominate as their speaker.
Oh, even after the national council meeting and
they couldn't agree on Makokwe. Na binum say o mumfa Jowais imra as said Ejawo no. Unsa Ejawo was the first deputy speaker, very effective. Yes. Jowais as a first deputy speaker was very effective. Unsa or respective rule of law. And as speakership no normal mienu pe na wo hia. Authority and neutrality. Then you add just the rule of law. And a rule of who use rule of law na ena ma utiminya authority no. Ebe ma unse se mrani chi wa usuru.
Yeah.
Mrani chi mi amisuru. Mrani chi mi nua udro usuru. But say we use buga na one use mra, you lose the respect. Yeah. Enti Joe Wise no 275 a year fio no nyina no. A lot of us respect him. The same thing applied to Ajaho in those days. Papa also and Kama Alban Bagwin. They are those who apply the law. Then Jogati better as a second deputy speaker, better parliament for the first time. That first day, no, won't mean raising point of order. Because point of order now you're raising anyhow. Who raising point of order will be the honorable member. Tell me which order in the standing orders has the main honorable member on the floor breach. Esan say one because I wouldn't say buga na boy and nimbra no minti unya. So honorable member continue. Inti so we use rule of law now and ma ultimate control house no. Obi antimi nye normal bia nye. So that has been it. Into mu near you ask say Chief Justice for Ashanti region. Na you were intel pa na free hobo. Chief Justice for Ashanti region. Chief Mensanso free Ashanti region. Now you sign the Speaker of Parliament will go ask and I say oh, they've gotten enough. Now you say there can be no unity in their camp. So head down okwe na no more than beba. And now the okwe ba okwe has tread on so many to watiatia nepa bebre nan so. Inti the air didn't beba bia no say nya formidable candidate will win the game. Inti emaya nyina akoda Mario to say be ya say we no mo beba 9 say drew her before 9. What you say? Because omunya majority yes you majority by law. And by practice omunya majority yes you majority. 137. In that case, untimi nya established majority before say you best swear in. Into wa obeko odi kan ko be obetra bia that's all.
No, but mundu hono na mudin tax no ewo particular seat ho.
Hono mu failure no. Un say omu leadership no failure. The CNE nyina was leadership failure
on the part of the MPP.
Of the MPP.
I see.
Un say leadership no say ka adia nke ese chairman sane afenyo ne whips no eye ne say ombeto omunsa afre mo na mo form government ombeto omunsa afre NDC for ye mpanyimfo no say ye nuanom ye nsi nkonwa na ye ntrase kwa ye kodem hoi ye bc
say nyina obi anyu ho majority dru ha let's agree say we muntra ha we mun so entra
they didn't do it omo frey ye krampo not even on phone. Let alone say yensin konya as fifths. Un say de bia de ma parliament yenkuni say ansana ye beba dem ho na mo be wo ye TV so no. Na NDC mpanyimfo ne MPP mpanyimfo na ye di kan atransi with the speaker. But in this case not speaker no so it will be with the clerk elect. With the clerk as chairman.
Yeah, the chairman.
Na ya transi mu ma yenko si yentuma gofin e wa bonten yensisi nsem no nyina e wo dem a. Na ya sisi nti ye kwi we betra. Enti then tax ni sa no na ye kan nyina then tax no don't even come in because na ye nyanso ye nyahu be bia we majority ye nyahu ye minority. So unye majority me nye minority. Me nye majority also unye minority. So how do you decide to say wait na
It's on the opposite just say parliamentary service. Aduma no mo ye mu wura ho no na wo mo the name tax abbo ho no.
It was wrong. And unye parliamentary service aduma. Enye parliamentary service na ye. On se tema ye nkrofo no Marriott Hotel no. Na me boss mutaka ne omuni asid no mo Marriott Hotel. Me as deputy whip in charge of operation na me so maba parliament wo. Me to wa me watch BBS screen so. Eye anu don pre the government chief is now. Ono and oba no de ne nkrofo ko no modern tax eje. What he
really?
I'm telling you, any parliamentary service. The parliamentary service na shisha ya. I don't know man shisha be my NDC. So you are telling the parliamentary service was even partisan.
Okay.
They were partisan.
The name tax no was for just one side.
Well, just exactly just one side. The other side there were no name tax. Into me to show me into MPP for paying for part. Is that what you can do? There was a we and say, oh no, me back me as government people no me ba ho. Menua ye no na be ye adwuma na boom ye transi na ye nya arrangements mumu fa ha na ye mfa ha ye transi na ye bibia no wi a na ye decide on who is majority and who is minority na ya ho de wo say ye that is what they did enti omu ne ya nkasa even to campaign to us say ye nto aba no mama kokwe no obi anya campaign e wan this ni bia ho they just ignored us Oh, when we munya mo muntimi nya.
Lobbying bia ko try lobby.
They didn't lobby. They didn't lobby us. And one say omuko frɛ mi ba
that should be a failure
on
the part of
me and one say omuko frɛ independent candidate for Fomena. Speak MP left for Fomena. And omudi ko kan omu 137 no na ye 138. And omu ko omu yi. Nti ye betra ye ba ya ye organize ye nim say ye 137. And ye hwipu ye members ni nyina in line. And ye nyina call. Ye say o hwipin. Ye hwipu mu nyina to Marriott Hotel. And ye koma obia room man die. Unko fi. You will not go anywhere. If you have a far, new plan bus is 4. You need to send a Black Star, Ghana and Egypt, you can match. Be knowing very well, say, on the 9 o'clock, no. 8:30, now you're free, or by 8:38, now you're chairman. And now you buy a drew chairman on hotel, and I mean, office or parliament. And first screen also a my commentary. Signal the air course in your mumra see. So this is how we coordinated the whole thing. Into your buy, we came in our numbers, and I buy no, and I buy and a better see. No no be anyhow. Then we just came to sit down because ye moon dialogue we into yetua into kanaka krawe aba. E ho e no mudi afenya kofa independent candidate no buy, independent MP no buy. Thinking say or the omu kan omu de no more 138. Then they were saying so yeah majority because independent na become on to me kan omu officially until say ya swear me in anya speaker of parliament amana official letter akomamo. So until now ye nim baby ono owo until won to me fa no kan say we majority. So why a mistake?
Just by word of mouth say we can say oni e be ye adwumanti.
On to me kan on to me okakura parliament ye NC parliament ono ye fa no nya asemo obetra Adom TV ha no can say oni MPP for be ye adwuma. We don't take it, but official procedure in a parliament ye di adwuma. Enti clerk in a chairman there is no speaker. When obetra command say obe ye oni MPP be ye adwuma na oni this be ye adwuma. So yayi clerk in aba the first thing I be say yayi speaker na wi no ayakoi. Enti na if free say you swear in swear bag me in no. Now there's a speaker. E ho na obekwa akọchoro the Mr. Speaker, me independent candidate. And I'm a buy.
Na person
me person me support. Ekwaye adwuma wo ha. Sa de ni nyansi ye. Nti omudi ni buy no. Na yen so ya adwuma e wo mo ho, even including he himself. Nti odi wechi a, you can force the horse to the riverside. But you can't force it to drink. Interesting. Into ordinary no mudi ni ba kukuku. Na me to ohu. Me say here. You have only 137. One copy be am can 137 who is there? Okay.
Honorable Madam. Ono woni bra wo bre e wo be owo. NDC MPs.
NDC mu no.
MPs, yes. Me, I can confirm you say who yi first 5 MPs. Am correct. Omo brom one say oka ho. Bonu woni oka ho. He's a fine man. Seriously.
But party no akodimu no.
But the view one accept no okikan. Edrum be no no ade enema correct ba. Onimbra obre.
No, but
honestly,
the issue Honorable Ahmed raises is here. I think it's very important we look into it. But intel po. From here na ye show TV sumpo. Who say NDC for no they were well organized. Usha who said they came prepared. Good. But Usha MPP side now, you know, I say
very good. Question now I say well prepared. On one kazi I say your mom time say ka obekwa also do by 11. That's a normal procedure. Now prepare so we go 8:30. One say a day adwin wood
because na shemu na mkoye wa Lisa.
A day adwin wood. Oh, now I Paul one more. Babin. No mo penu was chachu ne I think do the owner Babin catch almost say or no. Obetimi assure almost obenya 3 votes a minimum fi MPP side. Or now for or GD say sa na for train there o meto abama. I'm telling you, say information and do akwa. Omo wo Babin say mu pa mo so me you nipa 3 omo MPP. No way say omo timi vote to mame. And then nobody consider and then buy.
And it worked.
It was. And I say, you know, more be drunk as say, information. Yeah, kasa rough of that. Yeah, kasa and tune say more about thing. It will be on inter. What I say. But don't we say, yes, by 11. Never see Sembra. Na Ghana for you any so. O first Sembra na kasa wa kasa obuso. O wa say entiama. Me
11 na me be do.
Tia.
No 9 class.
Me the all kasa open for all no. O de wa kasa the fourth term. O no him say first timers. There's no way omone so no fourth na omo trape. O say me dey catch no say yeah. E di fie na dey basa be si ano. So what I say. Eti me o say me catch say e dey adwen e pobe na wo tirim a sese gidi na wo pre home minority majority. Who such a fine gentleman. Who minority, who majority, who you okay. Okay. Obi a respect.
Honorable Drew, me
it is a gidi na omo ye no. Sese e dey okay. In case he say independent candidate no. Ya swear speaker here okay. In case say okotre letter say me call MPP side. Na fi no mbe move afi me go try na call the other side. Then be aba ho. I mean for me, yambu ye ho as on mind because parliamentary elect no omna represent the country. Yeah. Ya nyade. Okay.
Honorable Ahmed, what na wo ho? The voting say ebeye open and also ebeye secret because initially now you dey say secret voting. Yeah. But at the point something changed. What happened? Honorable.
I say globally people have fought and so no manya secret ballot in ya yenya. Inti enye kwa bibinti ena edishe constitution no. Ana se wo hwe ne me kan nyina se mehwipo a on say make boo baby say you can force a horse to the riverside. But I want to mean force no man no nsuo. Yes standing orders no echere secret voting no. Said yes se obuka paper no said be ya din na e wo mu kura ne pa hu.
Obi ehu ya.
Sa na wo ye mbre no. Yes standing orders no. Already order 9 is there. Then Uber Constitution no Article 104 a womb clear how voting should be. Se wu tuaba akoyi speaker, it should be by secret balloting. Unim ni enti sir. Ye mene menu a wodro ne wo ha. Ye se ye ntuaba enyi ne oba be moderate program we. Ye koyi referee we na mempel ba menu a wodro de opel. Na woni ye nua by na air contesting. Na me mama me bia e sure say wo de wonye mempel oba we na mepe no. Na ye de ebe wi eje to aba ne wie no na wa betna ha odim say ye uko election no man to ama and you have to recognize me before I can speak. In this case you know me 4 years ni nyina me ni me constituency na yin nyina no we are going to be punished. That is the presumption. Inti ye nya no secret unhu say me ni odro na tuma o ana say me na me tuma o inti eba no say na wo betna wa you will be you. Ubetumi ayesa neutral position as a play no. In this case, no constitution also, ya say constitution no, we will uphold and defend the constitution. Constitution is say at the end we say we are secret. Ya sign actually your standing orders must say secret no crown e say follow people in such a way say obi hu din a e wo so. That is it. After the buyer, you see oh, you know mo di kanda pa betna o. E di John Boy do betna o. Eddie, some flat staff as part in penny for no be about betran. A position omu box on say for the first time.
No muti floor and no more.
Omuti chamber inside or baby almost in the part 200 enkono. Kandapanya space wo. A Greek minister on your space wo. Mewa by 12 midnight you know ministers Kandapani obi aduma ba wie. Kandapa did not qualify to even enter because constitution no article 110 say ministers of state betimi awura them all. You understand? But betimi a debate. But omuntumi to aba. Now in this case, na sa parliament no krampo na egu. Ministers of state no so muso madwuma den egu. Inti Kandapa in that case was a foreigner, was a stranger per our language. Not a stranger ewo. But omuma buy just to intimidate omun crofo na omuntu mama kokwe no. Inti omunshi sha mo ye ni say ombe yusu 3 la whip na wo koto aba na wo di tiama say wo di kire ena omu ye eyi no in such a box in such a way say utu a wo ye ni say obi abi
but wo say screens na ye mienu back or left back or right
yes
but tobacco on side na bako so on side. Into which of them?
There wa on side ho no. Unse u free coffee shop e wura chimba wa. Na Jombo Edu no kanda pa no nyina ti o sei. Na Ambrose Derry any chairman anom. Omote front bench no eyo. Enti transparency wall no free kanda pa ho. Embassy chairman sa ho. Enti obia no obetimi ato awo ho. Ama yeso ye operators e wodem ho. Obia nim game a yeyi. Ade no so yanto no secret na obia no obetimi. Se ope unua mini odro se de ba no kura wontimi to ma no. Because when you say hand over to aqua, that's where you have to. No, the thing says secret. And a parliament na yanya no. Yanya sisi no. Say one fast has secret na nya speaker oba be neutral and firm. How the rule of law aye adwuma. Parliament no ntimi nya adwuma. Na Thursday na wabu constitution no article 104. And I see ye di mra be adwuma. NDC for di mra so na MPP for di mra so pepepe ye be adwuma. So first person no Eko 2 years no de chiresi. Ana mutaka say wa breach law no. Sa vote we there enko adaka no. Ehọ na assembly chance no. Ana omuka but we nyina na ye leadership grant me share ampe ground rules. They couldn't engage as zero. And I'm transit and this me pe bibi wo me nua odro a o MPP me wen DC. Inti minim kwa me fa so reach no. That was the failure. Into once I want rich, say, it let me tell you. Yes, you resolve say, Nkrofo we ya man respect yen. Man engage yen. Omuni ya ankasai. Say ye ma omudi sa irregularity ni unconstitutionality we. Erania we are Ghana will be a lawless state.
Honorable Ahmed, just say ohona omutimi engage mo. Anka assembly is that it?
Yes, can you basis
you would have allowed the public open voting to
Debbie would have told them say let's obey the constitution. Kabasa we can be amma. Inti e ba sa na mutaka company. E san ba second. And I call clerk and say clerk. Ne wuyi so one found 9 si form. Amfa mra na anya adwuma. You are a human being. Mra na ma we clerk. I'm a human being. Mra na ma me speaker MP elect. Into obia mra na ma ne wo ha. Mra no na achichire ye nyina wo. Say the mra na ye adwuma obia ntimi nye basabasa wo ha. I tell you. Into ba sa no muka say ne ye nko into leadership meeting. Adia ese ye days before act na 7 days na abano yantimi anye ye ko ya basabasa no ba ya na fe na ye call the first leadership meeting around 1 o'clock. Ye ko ye no muka say de no kwasem ni ye mfa mra no enye adwuma e honta MP clerk no ba ya e no quote article 104.3 they say clearly speaking, voting in parliament should be by secret.
In fact, Article 104, my main reading, except as otherwise provided in the Constitution, matters in parliament shall be determined by the votes of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of parliament present. I want to look at the portion that talks about the secret vote. Good.
3 and 4.
4, yes, 4. No? Also, where parliament is considering a bill to amend the Constitution, or where the voting in relation to the election or removal of any person under the Constitution or under any other law, voting shall be in secret.
Correct. Inti yakwa na chi na dwen say look, say yen parliamentarians ti ana yam famra nya adwuma. Then what one of them mra be adwuma.
Ana bodo.
Baby o ende ye no. Sorti. O si yam famra nya adwuma. In the time o si o mo to ba no de kire no.
Ho na basabasa ni nyina. Utia. Ho na shasi free.
E to ba ne de kire no. Di mra ne se o so ku butu butu ne box ne so ku butu to form. Emra no. Emra no mo de ye adwuma na no. Ona mo se make say o ye fine gentleman no bre. O say engagement. Only NDC for ye engagement. You yate. The next 5 seconds, no margin assistance. Or can leadership home? Busane say the biggest shock I me of my life number of parliament. A engagement and this for concerning the referendum. The biggest. or leadership okan or aware.
What was their initial position?
Oh, yeah, can be behaving. Okay, come pray and get in what on. So then can go through and MPs MPs are some job papa. We go do campaign. MP who call campaign. No be able to say me pension me pep. Hey, what say to about? What mean you hunger say mean you my MP nye kwan.
My child. One security man now here say no. What dey question na ballot papers say the bottom o. Into you ask na ta dey no. I'll read. Yeah, we investigate. Why not ballot papers?
Honorable we there.
Me want videos no never
Priscilla, video ni bi o na me share. Let's go back na me share. Onipa kra say ballot papers share.
Oh no.
Omo de we ni ajon jina po ehiri ni twetwini ya na say.
Ubehu
Emra no mo dey adwuma.
Ballot papers na wo no.
Emra no.
Na ballot papers.
Oh, damn.
Na memo video bia when year odi good aka no.
Emra no.
We will invest. This thing will not go free.
Me woni nyina he. O say honorable ka say. Tama we ni course no. Om ko gina ka che speaker say. On fa na Nancy for no men fra ni. Clark no sorry. We wo do bi wa ha. Me see edidi atempa omodi di papa no. Me ntimi nkan o screen so. To the sense some guys say wo kofo be yi wadi. Yeah this for. Me ko fa oba ye. Say master na say to me share video no some say bispa na e kasa sa and I'm going to say omo ba no o say no mo abo mo adwen po from 8:30 say na ye koye e dey he wo engage omo be bia omo adwen ne fa no bi bia me say omo adwen obi a referendum ye ni mo aka sem kama ye nye na obi a so mo nyo no MPs won to mo kakra because basa this is no o me beto mo so aba e die basa o mo na be call round because Shagana Adibi was MPP ni NDC.
Honorable Bakameba, my main on that bit now, Honorable Ahmed, say.
Ube show me video no so.
So I can have
video
that. Parliament would like to put on record that the officer, a deputy marshal, was stationed at a particular spot in the chamber to protect the ballot box. As things started getting out of hand, the marshal was reaching for his teaser, which was hanging behind his belt, to use in protecting the ballot box. The deputy marshal then looked at the teaser to turn it on and actually went on to use the teaser to prevent one member from forcefully taking the ballot box, which at the time had 2 votes cast in it. And so who say marshal no ordinance afafa ne hanum
baby odi gum no na me de bechero no eldo
odi be gum
and one teaser explanation
teaser dey say ballot box no
odi o go too far.
O me fear be investigate you keep it. Let's go.
When end is for high engagement, there's one thing ECOSWA, NDC MPP should sit down no more dream. But I want to engage your mom on my dream. A group campaigner, Honorable Ahmed, Obeko constituency every village be no market casa. See here we. They are to Obama. You're too many we are. Sika also the SH one. They are my DC and I MC. So, on only MC no sometimes one more fine. It you no ko ha say wo mzo mu hia abura. Na mu hia borehole. Na MC you know. Ono de ye feeder road. So what they say? It na MP no and some only community kan nyina time ya na create problem. And then pay for chance oh sa de end yen nye referendum. Na sane man enko DDC for no. Na say wo MP was mado. And this for bombs up they come fine. Yet one omu leader baako sorry is all for flight ako. And omo hand over ma muntaka. Oh, within seconds. No, omo adwan sisa. Yeah, I feel there yempene. I say obi animo aka asem and I made they say no kan was part of the leadership. Omo sisa omo adwan. I feel there na mo pa say dem akobo mo adwen powo oso no mo da Marriott kobo mo adwen po say oso obi eduro 8:30 oso obi a white wa wonnim na be duro 8:45 ye be how omo abom adwen po no na say akofre omo say oh okay, I know that.
And Senator Honorable American, are you going to support the probe investigation into Sani?
Oh, yes. Once I buy me first, me catch you both sides, no, you see an omanya there. But Matisse, Carlot Croix issue statement, say or Pacho do here, what you say. But on the end, decided, maintain. And now catch them and say, Honorable Yi, I said, don't get here press conference, or more years I went design, near more award, near more basso. When I make catch you say, Omo nyum no omo to ye no. Revolution has come to stay. The meaning of revolution and no more there. Omo ye and decide Ghana ye nyina ye. Same case actually. Very good. It is pepe. Enya dia wo engage you omo a. Oh be see. Na be see wo share omo and this for there. Say na for no. Me NDC side na more parliament no. 3 my classmates. Na 1 no me lecturer. And the nipa say, are you telling me?
And you are yourself, you are good.
And I'm just saying,
there be who come on.
Well, I'm trying to home run the bar. I mean, now as it looks like, as it stands, Juma Ebekosu of Parliament or the business in Parliament, saying looking at the current figures. Meeting the Chief Jerry Forson, join us on Facebook for a comment to Ebeji Brena Fee. I can kind Eddie my guest the Honorable George Odro and I say Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. Now should you mediate to me eba. Right, Adom TV now should you mediate you so I de every watch and so no do na the Jumedian na aba na way, but stay with us on our social media platforms, Adom TV on Facebook and Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook. For comment to Nafi Yenjibre na yankin kan emfa emachene sumame ensoma season 3 na me aduma ochina kwesi baso medimu amane no ankasa ankasa bebo me ba be sorry so a enti hwe eno anim. Well yasan baby Honorable Ahmed no asem bi sabi moving forward asana about the business parliamentary business no would you agree with me say the best swear in MP select no na ya allow it maybe some days and then we can swear in the president because of time constraints ushe ne see 6th 7th year afei who say you are behind time not time na call because at the action you be swearing in president and so you've not been able to select you've not sworn in, you've not elected the speaker of parliament and you can moving forward you know margin no so can swear MPs ni in 2 days 3 days 4 days after all the necessary consensus building then we swear in the president. I don't know what you think.
It will be impossible.
It will be impossible.
Yes, because nente be impossible ni say on say odi to me manipa na echiroka say oji to me na some people will be different, others will be predictable. What swear in president, speaker of parliament, I swear in parliament. What I'm saying, in the absence of the president and the vice president, speaker of parliament and acting president. Into the power now me 4 days. Now, okay, say, yeah, swearing in the parliament and I be swear in the president. Ne draw na power no me did mami wie. Na president die no, ne time no sa. Na me na obe hia me ansa na wako swear ni ina.
Say manikum.
My bread, you know everything I swear ni.
Power. Ozeme yare.
No, maybe sad because
there are possibilities I say. You be debate. And the other aspect of Okwe is okay na wenyini. Asemo a woken is one of the topic this current parliament and the academians. You bet me at debating thoroughly in a long time. Into any issue I say, yes, you botugu keke. But Ghana has a lot of issues to debate and to discuss. And that's where you say, oh, Papa is very strong. Joa is very strong. And they are all liberals and diplomats and very firm on principles. If you bring such people, see, speak at me or bra, 2-2, 3-3. On very serious issue, yes, you 2 from each side. Who Serekura as a whip say, oh, Mr. Speaker, yenye five. This is a very sensitive issue. Ghanaians are interested. The public is interested. Obeka say, time. So a lot of things were taken into consideration. And sometimes, say one thing a year, you criticize the MPs in vain. And sitting at where I sit, and knowing what they went through, it will be wrong for me. Under better how can I mean criticize any MPP? But look at a case in point. Just simple. You look at Anthony Kabo. So if he said no nipa back one no mu here, Bedize Diamba and Anthony Kabo baya, can MPP Benya say? Can majority no stand more decisive majority? As a deputy minister for roads, or better ministry was so 3 months to election. Or better no one see ministry of radio.
Okay.
They did it to a lot of their deputy ministers, and they lost.
All right.
Going forward, you know, the minister for deputy, almost all the deputy ministers who lost were replaced with NDC people.
All of them.
Were replaced with NDC people. Yeah. Now those selected just some few friends are no more key ministers, and they maltreated their deputies who were MPs, and they suffered and lost. And almost sit now NDC. Then you come and sit down. The party made him lost. I'm telling you, the party made him lost. Sometimes,
in fact, on only lost the
party made the fine guy. The party made him lost. You see, sometimes, so it was part of the reason why. Yenye mura no kosoro ina yenim say binmu krampo ewo mu a omonim say ya omadem say as long as I'm the president who nya post party mu da so oye sitting MP so sikasa na odebe man obeto amount it was not money okay it was just based on principles.
All right, now yanko second issue no so which has to do with the business
mami chief you know kind about the handing over and our kind.
Yeah,
I think say
1 minute.
The constitution must be done. I'll say here amend the constitution. Only say about 12 midnight up to 10 o'clock. I swear, President Yi, there's a vacuum.
Yes.
Yeah. You need president. You need. There are things that something must be done. Oh, so 4, 5, or 10 hours. The power must go to somebody. But where the honorable Kenya, who's the man? Obefaka Akwaku Togo. Be 3 or 4 be say president, vice, speaker, chief justice. Yeah, similar for sa time. But because menu kumada kura.
Makube one more bit.
I'm a case of that. Me na me ho. Meet me aba. Yeah, pay. Hono say.
Okay.
Yeah, say man pa. Very important.
To add to me, what will happen is at the same year, ukwa wedding. Unso koye wedding, udi kanye amamre no. Ewufi. In private. And sana wakoye public wine no like that. So what will be feasible? And it's in the transitional act no. Ye di timelines be shame. Ye 7 January yeah. The various political parties must come with their leadership, proposed leadership in parliament. And now I said this a mandatory meeting of the leadership in parliament.
Swearing in of
before the swearing in. Now one timeline that mandatory leadership na meeting leadership parliamentary leadership no. Muni chief justice no be na muni president elect no so aye. These are the timelines because here is the case we are politicians so. Yeah. It will not be enough. And yet the time bia na obenya leadership or thinking the way I'm thinking. A case in point is what I've just said. It is say inka parliamentary leadership need to be share. Ena ye trans ye ni part 12 people. Ye ni part 10 pe. Ni part 10 na yakase there today you are president, tomorrow I will be maybe president. So do unto others as you want others to do unto you. That's the golden rule. I mean that's my leadership principle. Into yetimiya sa no mani nyina even 1 month na ye kase eso anukura ibetimi aye 1 month na aye say you know. So on the day of the swearing in ye ba na ye swear president ye swear speakers ni we ni nyina ina ceremonially ubetimi I swear president ni in that midnight.
Also because of obre on wa dwe wonti say when now account on my board to
Okay. Honorable Ibrahim, as we speak, you need a majority of parliament.
Okay.
Right? There's no majority. And so in this case, and with the current speaker and his background, parliamentary business, passing of bills and you are still in the House. He's a former member of parliament.
Say, Ushe parliamentar, say, Ukepe Tracy no back to Temwana parliament. Ye di parliament.
Especially when now we have 137.
Yeah.
With one independent candidate who now is the second deputy speaker of parliament.
No, your constitutional issues to be a very reasonable. But I'm a can or her. You could do.
Oh, say
answers to it. Say, Ushe 137. You were standing orders in parliament. And a parliament a parliamentary practice and procedure. Ye mra no bi wo bukum. And a standing orders. And a bi wo a conventions. O we there ayesa amamre. Of course, we say na ye no. E wo fear in the sana be no. Say ya swear speaker ni inwi. Ya swear ni deputies no inwi. Deputies no should not belong to the same party. And our standing orders no do not talk about majority and minority. They talk about majority party and minority party. Constitution is to talk about majority group and a minority group. By convention, I used to a caucus, majority caucus and minority caucus.
Moving forward, I think there should be some amendments.
Yeah, where Juma be was a standing orders in the constitution. And a standing orders no are interpret majority ni minority ni ye. Se uko order 7 or say majority party no majority leader and a constitution standing orders no are interpret. And a minority leader and also are interpret. But majority any minority send if you suggest no beside who sorry kra no be fra who is one a majority one a minority yes standing orders no enim sa and no say majority party no the party with the majority of seats in parliament and a minority leader no so the party with the largest.
Okay, so from standing order no, say majority leader means a member of parliament designated by the party or parties holding majority of the seats in the House as their recognized leader in the House.
Yes, so majority of seats.
Yeah.
So if tomorrow the former MP goes and write officially to speaker, say or the support to the seat no, but majority MPP for Ababe Juma, there will be 138 and will be 137. In that case, that makes the majority. Okay. And going forward, you know, we are not just going to use Takashi in the House. Bagwin is a principled man, and he respects the rule of law. So on to me, Koka just say, NDC ni, into NDC for 137. Na akwa natural kwa ma MPP for kura say, oni umbe yejuma mo 138. Na still I know 137 mo na mo majority. I don't see him in that line. He would like the rule of law to operate. Then the Ghana can move forward. And don't forget, he's a young man. There's a space ahead of him. In Ghana say, yeah, we will all live to suffer. And national interest no one moves. I know him. Yeah. He trained me. Into send the Ghana for NDC speaker. Say Ghana be ye din. You be frustrated. Let me tell you, nobody has ever thought of frustration. And the frustration can move in your so. I tell you, you know.
Monfa adwini bi asem be frustrated. Adwuma na mokwa kwaye wo parliament.
In all instances, me no draw be ne be kanokra. Parliament ya yekoyi. Normal NDC for authority ya mwenye.
7 parliament.
It brought disgrace to parliament at the end of it all. In the same committee, speaker Makokwe tie pa ema into the merit of your arguments and not our normal sir. Because this would have been one of the best parliament. But in terms of oversight, ye kwantia kisa pepe ye bringing ministers to book, government to book. This was the weakest parliament. But in terms of representation, so it was one of the weakest. No more 169 MPs. 10 biaubeko nani pani demo. You understand? Ye na wa complaining. The party should have seen say a protest against some habit bia nipa no mpe. Now I share dear na higher. You don't say because I'm a whip, I will always keep them in line. Before say Ubabe protest, parliament no protest no either say me nkɔ hɔ na makoka bi me nkɔ hɔ na makotu bi mekɔ hɔ akɔ akoto atia ne nyina yɛ parliamentary tools. And when you are not getting what you want, you have to call the house. Michael Kwe as a speaker. 4 years nina leadership nan to me even workshop to go and think about the MPs. Hey, I'm telling you, not one. Do I jawo de ko. Na me ba leadership na me kan o. Do me wanna start Ghana sponsor free. They sponsor it for you free. Omo amayanko. And I say uko moving forward now ukano. Say who say caucus no parliament near back one. There was a frequent dialoguing and meetings. Oh, yanko ajawo time yako akwa safari. Mini chemensani ni bafo wani bagwe ni wenumina. Yako akwa safari too. Yako Lansdowne keta haya. Yako honso too. Intemukwa, what are we doing wrong that you don't like? What are you also doing wrong that I don't like?
At that forum,
leadership, you speak your mind. He speaks. Inti bet me asiesie nsem na amama ye baako. Ena ebasa mimiti mimini minuatie. Omu ye ni omu ye ni na minimu. Ni omu ye mi so onu nimu. Inti the best yes we be share akasa but ukasa yen kan TV so a yen kan. Sana parliament ni ti o. So men nyini say ye wo ha no NDC ni hu MPP ni a oye natamfo. MPP ni hu NDC ni oye natamfo. We speak. Sometimes they come and tell you, we are here can adia ye by. Even cabinet. You call cabinet no. We yam so but yantimianka bona ya sorati. That is how the two parties work.
Okay.
And moving forward no, what will make Ghana enjoy the fruit of decisive year of my year? And he say, Munyina mo interested in what happens in the floor and affairs. The second one is it was a the constitution no any standing orders no a year juma. And it was a cabinet no so the principles a year juma. Don't think say ubet me aba behwipu nipa e parliament. Ama omo ato abama adia omumpe. A case in point was the PDS. PDS MPP for MPs no they were hurt. They were hurt too. Ente eba sa na wa we NDC ni uko pass you lose your dignity and respect. Because who are kwanya say obe jina wa Ghana. And all over the world, and Ghana nkwa oversight na ye put executive on their tools no. Ejina minority. Into a speaker, 10 biano, you say minority will have their say, but majority will have their way. But when you don't in having their say no, you see majority ruled with the consent of the minority. Into divergent views na one minority one e was self and the eduma and a more cabinet meeting minority for now could be MPP for nipa 19 most prominent men na cabinet wa take decision bisa who say e ye den na NDC 40 year say ade no wenye ewom MPP ni na owomu a na kuma Anthony e ma say ade ne ye ya e be ha Ghana
on me bi so no ono no ba be niki
oba be ka say ade we ye man koswa emwa Ghana na ya so oka mo be mo ne no be debate o nti mo debate na onu timi ma mo superior argumenta e ho na mo be so la ka say ade we ni enye from NDC time sa na netie MPP time sa na netie nti governance no enye governance aka say o ade a mi ye NDC for nkwa na wo ante MPP for monti bi wo kra NDC for wo cabinet meeting no na commentary no eko MPP. That is our government. So there's no top secret here. Yeah, because where the even cabinet memos. Both parties, cabinet memos. Eliki. So men try to say, but you know Ghana for our businesses were Ghana, our businesses were Ghana. Say Ghana ne say ya, me no want be say.
Okay.
Say ya, no want be best. So we think about the national interest most. In the national interest in the ma sa no man me no draw. Ko when emwa be wana ya soratia me ma we point kwa mbe se prempe ye kwa ya STS NDC time STS okay yes you see na 20,000 houses
for security agencies
oba no frame nchen o se sa kwa we ya o de deli by o na ka tre obo me kan di na bo ba isuta kwa man MP o se kwa prempe se no deputy attorney general ente me buy no oka MPP for no mo train me ho usua adwuma na usua free side now why you find guys be on the other side we respect say omunim adwuma na wasua enti papa wo so ankama ene o se kwa mprempe any former judicial secretary bia no Ashanti region Olman be no Mr. Oswansa was it Oswansa yeah Oswansa Olman be no ono na ba ya owreku num area o
omo training
enti me de bibi ko papa o hwe asa ade we me kire wa obe use ate ayenso nanso I was saying me kire Uganda enti you understand so this is how we learn to be penny pa bi wo na wa penny pa bi wo your side here that is how you learn in a balanced way enti ekoba ni sa wo sori ema ne beboa oman no STS buy no se kwa mprebe kan se menua let me tell you we are liberal but akwa we one da wagu yen man sidaw one be ka kire president Gofo say obesi railway from Accra to Sirima ye be kan ya audience akosi from no nti we ya okan obe mob high hope enkosi hwe nti mamumfa mu hope ento no so na de mumpanyifo no ye na emwa fata na me backbench that was the 5th parliament me ko kan ye anyina ampara ye kan si o MPP for si o mumpre esi mu walk out na yeti ho yeti ho ye be see 20,000 houses tese omu no mu ye ne pa bone for mu si o mumpre sa akwa no ye 419 odi ensasi form pe but omu kan ye no say yetie ya but they were minority the same thing happened when they bring this Ejapa deal when they brought this PDS deal when they brought this amended Ameri deal when they brought I can mention a number of them you can't no money after the last part did you see the bullet that self-inflicted Matiami Dune Imani Ghana so the parliament can say na one fa now for the civil society for na can say no omudi na odi ye adwuma
okay but that's it honorable Drew the current figures government business looking at the picture we have in parliament now
especially me knowing speaker one for being the biggest shock in their life omom fi say o NDC ni nti oba kwati na mabino knowing him no ebia se na omom adwin po omutimi na kasa oba tu omo line dia kanti za dia say the mimi nim no ne dia ebeye straight but say dey work no bibi ba ne bia enko ya sometimes we dim komo wachiri say dey work ya nema bi o ha ye bi kan kasa wachiri asa na ba floor onu ye speaker no so di kaka say before ebe ko chamber no the leadership and the speaker kra share and every day ansana yako chamber they won't discuss in them no and enya the mouth say speaker says well sometimes one kasa they say onu kra there or problem because all eyes are on him say okwa kudiama NDC so this is the time also onu prove no say he's a Ghanaian now for instance yeah the BB say budget aba so now no baba kwetia okay onu ankasa the salary ishim tie pass a provision bill and a government meeting ma spend na was usaka o pay ubia nsaka ne bibi and our government na dey move na say crazy see 137 me nukura wo MPP omo ministers omo conference
number 44
the be say 44 no mienu atu kwan omo ni ha they say we have floor ha majority na go di NDC bi NDC wo 137 MP will be at 130 e bi atu kwan na ade na say budget in ya approve appropriation bill na say NDC for another speaker say on payment kwa okay see nyina yo
but apart from budget there may be other
there are so many things say they all can me say speaker this one no problem see will be because this is the time also who prove say he's a Ghanaian and like say me off floor say o wa mu change wa betem be 6 bia no o we go no nkwa na o yes strict o niam bi ho ti say there honorable kind so be so reason point no amount refer wa na betena say know him no for me there is correct but evidence say honorable say no omu ni adwin bia say on be frustrate and I be sa but be ka krebi na this for no omo ka se mo a me gidi omo side no ya na ha adwin ka na me ka say on abo obre no obi mu ye fine just be correct me say be the referendum no be example
so I say asema honorable kan is here enra metie one TV station na honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa and Asubin MP
okay Eugene
and Anom Omowoso and honorable Ablakwa made a statement say say MPP for senior ora John Boadu Bekan before the swearing in say if the NDC doesn't cooperate speaker no crowd amunya honorable Okujeto Ablakwa made similar statement say one cooperating in the next parliament on member parliament honum I think akrama more MPP for no so the award can say NDC for or betrahan or beka in fact I'm taking honorable Ahmed for his work and then I'm go fast
and say am say me ma example back one me hu na very crucial within seconds leaders back sorry so coach flight I handle baton ma the other one and be assassin so and the but I say in there very critical because 137 137 it moved 40 something equal ministers and ministers no the substantive ministers no coming to parliament every day no and possible be mu to kwan na adwuma no dio na deputies grab
my deputies ni nyebi
deputies grab
omo nyebi o
me na me yebi pa o dey hey etino omo be busy etino say MBB pro say they all can we need to compromise what I say but omo no na me can say no mo can say no mo omo betima gia to mo omo share 1 2 3 bia na asesa but I hope and praise this time around no enye sir but they can me see we or ye good too much no can omo mfa obetima won say example be your mind very brilliant but all the two of leadership no and now we hear suban honorable Muntagada na di obona dream post we bibia or very difficult
to Nnawotwe Yi honorable Carlos Ankrade no dey atun chen
o say medical catch o say me condemn ni nyina ho ana me catch o say
honorable Dro Muntagada
no issue statement be say o pacho in the on the list consider
Mustaka stands for proper oversight
all side ni nyina no obi anye ni and there is a fact
Mustaka so anye ni
who can say time omu show ye no no say ye dey mra na ye dey
adwuma ya
no o kan so mu fanye adwuma o ma fanye adwuma
no Muntaka dey ye adwuma no enzo ko butu no etam ballot box no na mra no eno nye mra
honorable do look at this for
the aggressiveness
I wouldn't want us to go back to the happenings
aggressiveness na no why aggressive na mka say so onu say honorable media say me ka say me say we first 5 but me go and be first 3 when this is either account fine ones account but group bi o mu a meti ma 3 bi wa ha pass ango for 3
mafia
ti say yentijai
obia wo mo yes an friend
me say bako me say last parliament
obia wo
bako kasa ya wo ye bibisa na ni buofo e opie na speaker first be transit na over transit no nanti bia na ode ba so akai we should say MP pa na obi e say o chamber oh such people no or ye na dream say me dey men penia very difficult but say ye pe omani ye dia this is a time ye nyina yishia say leadership ko shia wo speaker's office no mo take decision bi na ba floor they should all support because leadership no akoshia discuss that and it's for the state see am fine here juma
na me hwe permutation bi say speaker ni ho na first deputy speaker ni ho of course when him say speakers deputy speakers no to aba
they do everything and MP does
okay because na me hwe say first speaker ni ho na first deputy speaker ni ho na for me na MP no oye obetina akonya ni mu a and we are supposed to vote on an issue. I
on him say parliament you know Memram.
Oh, yeah.
Parliament, no. Speaker, no. Who preside at any point in time, who power of discretion. Inti, you find say NDC 400 ne what demo, MPP 440 ne what demo, and 140. Now put two questions now. As many as are in favor say aye. Those against say no. Now, uti voice no aye. Now no S1. When you say 100 for no, NDC 400 ni say no. Also we MPP ni deputy speaker na uti o. And I thought the can say aye. Probably I think
the nose.
Now I break it. Now I get a rain, no? I think the eyes have it. And hono, so beyond challenge you run away with it. Enti enya no man na and there were instances those no be have it, but speaker now oti flow no so no. Ono na what the power of that discussion. Enti say a critical issue there. And there somebody will challenge your vote. We're using order 112 Ekoban is a head count bebum.
Okay.
No one say win more 100 and I win more than 40. But eno intense. Eno na make us say ye be share as dialogue into send the menu odru eken. Na ye be di kan aka. Ye ka say cooperation na okuja to eka no. Cooperation ye be share na kan say oh PDS we enye inti monfa nko na monko ye we mra. Wa wonim say enye. Inti we won cooperate. The best thing is to withdraw it. Now wakwa corrections na all kano. That is how the cooperation works. By any cooperation at the end na yes you that is not what he was saying. But we also have credibility to protect and the integrity of our party to protect. Ghana for to my 2024 yebe san kwa abato. Inte suba yebe da na di no. Eno na ebe organize.
For instance, me amuda na di na nansen.
No, eno na ma Ghana eba to me ba life. Look, let me tell you, things happened. Only say program mo draw for swearing in everything was done in such a way say Makokwe was going to be the winner. You don't do things that way. Who kwa to aba are speakers? Who to aba? Why do you decide on one and use his name, everything, his picture, everything? Oh, president.
But surprisingly, the current speaker, Honorable Bagwin, just smiled over the whole issue.
Bagwin is a street person. And voting in parliament, you know, budget is true. And strictness, no, and parliament, you know, at me and before man and God, yet, but fifth parliament, minority for no more no. At a point, I was in the minority leadership, majority leadership. Sata na minority for no, Omo office was in a majority vote. In their caucus meeting, they were fighting. Bagwin left as a majority leader, went to their caucus meeting, and separated them and advised them. Said, this kind of Subanwi, this is not what Ghana force Mumbai. He's the same person. So if he's going for election, don't you think that they'll vote for him?
Absolutely.
So we
no now the BT almost Obenya tribu.
We considered a lot of factors. And the day woman say, Bagwin no, Akufo-Addo aye na dwuma na sida. Mama nso aye dwuma na sida. Chairman and Munyina, they've all been under Bagwin before. All of us. And they say, Oba, he's now the father of your friend. He's father of our democracy.
No, father.
And the Obetrawa. Nya de Obeka say, oh, maybe yi many. We the MPP for no and this for yenye juma. I don't think he's that type. We considered all those things. Because Senipa no ba na obegunu fi Ghana for this architecture. And this is the first time we are experimenting it. In the say ye na ekoyia. Ebema MP bia look sharp. Next time we Swami MP kura na wanye wadwuma yi a omuntu Swami for be kwa koto ama nipa foforo agile because they know that when that person comes kura na or whoever becomes the president be yadwuma. But the goodness of this and say menua things like nepotism, cronyism, a few businessmen taking over and the they know it will pass through because they will help you. Any day juma.
But how so na lobbying a year juma before the swearing in. This is where serious lobbying comes to play.
And I'm just saying, also I just mentioned earlier, say, for instance, 44 or 40 will be ministers.
Yeah.
And it will be difficult for all the 44 members to be in parliament. Every day. Or sometimes be a vote to definitely. Be too quiet.
Do you remember Bagwe refused to be minister under Atamils?
Yeah.
And said he wanted an independent parliament, where parliament will be able, majority leader will be independent of the president. Now I'm a parliament, you know, at me again and so I he succeeded.
Make a Joe.
He succeeded. No, not open and abano. So parliament now will be very strong and independent. And a bag no ohun petalajete speakership.
Yeah.
Ohun Justice Annan speakership. Ohun speakership.
Yeah.
Ohun Bamford Edu speakership. Ohun Makokwe speakership. Ohun Doajao speakership. Into 7 different speakers no speakership. Into all by Obia
is reaching
exactly or just normal be na okwakwe but adi ba kwa mesere nse unse we ya make and na make asem bi kire onabo chimenza say chimenza leader with this current kind of leadership parliament this ye nyina ba to work together,
of course.
Yeah. Because let me tell you, say me as a small boy when you change me say body language ni sao. When there's no hanged parliament, when we get there, the reality check will show. And when I'm say we fail. Dana,
State of the Nation.
State of the Nation address. No, there is where he failed. And when I'm say Chairman will fail this Nanadu government, and he has failed him because as a majority leader, outgoing, and you are having this 137. Now. Well, globally, will be a hang parliament. The numbers are 137.
Yeah.
You are sure of getting the one, but you know practically you will not get the one until after swearing in. Around which time a speaker might have emerged. And a speaker, no, all others under him, no, only one no more. Once he's there, there's nothing like deputy speaker or deputy speaker. Say, chief niwa and assistant to all. Yes, he be one the panel, dear one on the man. So clearly. I was saying that all man body language in any tone no eba form. No one say yes, and I say he glossed over it. There was no minority leaders are to fight, but Chairman is a born minority leader, but not a majority leader. No. I must be frank with you.
They will specify. Really? Maybe as based on what he did the other day.
Chairman is a born minority leader.
Yes, no, but not a majority leader. There was a time I said it on OKFM. Say he's running parliament like a blue kiosk. Say, for parliament now, we say one enterprise be now we say, you know, about parliament doesn't Mr. Speaker. They say I'm running parliament like a blue kiosk.
I mean, but after all the years, where do you parliament hold him? The description you are giving him.
Yeah, why you chief whip da?
Yes.
I be a deputy leader da. I be a leader. When you are minority leader, you attack. You understand? Minority leader no, you attack. Majority leader no, you always majority leader you always find a way of letting your thing go. Because house you are the leader of the house. Into una tembiano, u dialogue able the consensus. But here is the case on one side you want me keep the side together. Ni side no.
Me catch it say.
Ni side no. Want me and if you can't keep your house together, how can you keep somebody's house together? Into that is where into Aruna Idrisuka say there's a hang parliament and there's no decisive minority and majority. Oh, when we get there, we shall see. The reality check will show there's a majority. And we have caucuses. The man has failed. Since then, when Timian reached here, and he should have reached us. Now we are doing. Now we're going to work and say, this is the thinking of the NDC. Now Nadu is a former MP. Now Uninaka Mutrebo says, so what do we do? Then you bring Osafu Mafu, all your big men. Then they come and meet all our big men. I said, MPP and DC. We are the 2 leading parties in this country. What do you think that we should do? They say, baby, a parliament not doing a hang parliament. But why are the hang parliament? There's no hang parliament. And so you don't know what you are presiding over. You are speaking like majority, minority, like Haruna is a minority leader. He is speaking and you are trying to copy him. You don't speak like that. Yeah, what power? That's why I said majority will have their way, but minority will have their what? Say. But when you are majority leader, you want to have your say.
The way you look for.
Exactly. When a buyer no senka ohunintema say when the Haruna Idrisu air cano, he was saying it based on something. If you are not minua, na someone who can no, didn't know cancer. But you are colleagues. Yeah. Obeka Chro say, see. So, but why wouldn't him say? I have seen a convention, a practice in a year. So what do we do? Even nothing will prevent you. Say, wako country. Nana do one friend, yeah, minority leadership of my young Kosciano Parliament. Yeah. One friend, I said, don't get here, all the parties leadership of Kosciano. When he was the 2017 1 year. So you did it in 2017. Even when you have absolute majority of 63. But if you are a majority leader, Nnawotwe Yi, he is the majority leader with the greatest number of majority. Ghana, you have majority with 63 now. 63 MPs extra. The performances, what do you about 0? Now there is no, it's 137. Meanwhile, it was 169 against 106.
It's me, I don't want it's me changing as majority leader as
leader. But he must change the body language and the game plan. And now, Uba, me, I'm there.
Send ministers in the Lucia, so I Canada.
And the ministers in the Anna, you are, let me tell you, another chairman, you are a majority leader. You have 63 MPs SS. Oh, deputy ministers, Kurampo, the Mama, a BD. Because I'm a call details, almost you wait for them. And I dear Yan say, for deputy minister. When people come on for a ma. O ministry also a minister ma unye adwuma no bi nye enti uko akonse na efra honorable police di wachi na petro kra wan hware ofre no buy. So what should say you are in power? So it's like they overburden, they name them. It adore no oh yeah deputy minister for this, what deputy minister, but adwuma no unya bi nye resources so unya bi bia. There's nothing. You are just minister by name. How do you go into election and win? Ni honu krampo say use the ministerial influence to develop and place for me. Not deputy ministers for roles. What the two deputy ministers for road, they both lost. Have you ever seen it before? Roads, the biggest infrastructure, they lost.
In the year of roads.
In the year of roads.
The year of roads, the key reference, we say Kabu. The key reference, we say Kabu. The last year election, and now no more year rules. Contractors now on side. And don't forget the year of rules was 2020. Okay. Of 2020. And within 1 year, especially road are better, there's no way 1 year no waiting you can start. So what I say, but you drains no near there, but to tie it in there, unless a beer 2 or 3 kilometers.
Cabo ba mo kwata of the minister, if your contractor cannot co-fight. One filo.
No,
one filo. In the 3 months to election, I can't go.
There's another issue, Honorable Ahmed, that I want us to.
Hey yo,
I hear you.
Honorable, Ghana, the loss of Ghana is focused on only public elections. Maybe some way because of elections, of course, or parliament.
Okay.
And if there's anything we can do about such elections, for instance, near. Of course, it's true. It's a parliament are masters of their own rules. Yeah. What do we do about such elections? Because this is Parliament House. I yet to about the speaker. And any 3 days in him. Should the Constitution be explicit on such elections? For instance, yet to about Parliament and also public elections.
There be said when there that. On a woman every day standing orders in the gradual.
Yeah.
The rules and regulations in order that. Just say, Emrana also a DA must say the honorable kind. And Nuna, honorable Muntaka, it's a son on the or a year.
Or for soon.
Or for so long.
Yes.
A do buta, no one for so long.
One respect to Constitution now, Miss Mamuyan and Moyano.
And the
he was defending the secret balloting, the right of the Ghanaian.
Honorable David. David. The man fanfare. Sir, your city bibia wo constitution as our standing orders. And is there to say the general elections. It will a bar and I'm because I say vacuum be crowd or before a best swear in there. Already a bit shows what kind of already? Yeah. So election must be what? Secret. And the rules and regulations are there already. Just a matter of following. But we say no. Because numbers no 137, 137. Share Marriott now, bomb margin pono. Say the econo. There's no way best sign again. So what I say. And nothing a ma yehu de yehu. Seke ba no bia kwotena say ye said the other say ye bi. I think 7 times and I'm yeah. This is the 8th one yeah. So why? It's because of the numbers, you know. Of course, no. Now wash a white. No, or say me majority. No problem. Numbers, you know, 137, 137. But according to Honorable Ahmed, because that day, no, me Rahobi. Oh no. Or say, Afenyo Markins are now another pray. Mum was rather distributing the names for which me tears say a burden. But the honorable member did Mafa. Or she said numbers, you know, on one side. On one side. Or no, another pray. Now on the they be on a printing names, you know, and I will Jeffrey parliamentary service for because I know a sticker beer was a plastic ABC.
Yes, I'm shame.
Normally a shame. Yeah. If you want to because I know I don't know say there. And no paper cake no much. And what no printing or the
first time sana mo be na
parliamentary service for allow
no original one number.
I want no a bit dicey kaka. But
honorable yaba first paper no be chro so. Mo be chro paper so na mo print. Nti now they share glass no they achiche. Nti ye wi afi na ye kwa akotena se. Ne on say ye betra na ya tra. On say o hihye din na
me ba honorable me ba watch our parliament watch our parliament
me just simple we are better as here on say leadership seat na cabinet ministers after the second row na other ministers after the third row any seniors and some deputy ministers at transfer and some backbenchers na transfer as at now you who your be minister you who your be deputy minister into e ba na sa ye nhihye what you say into seniors for first time, fourth time, and second time, no. Omuna ube throw people so. Na odi people is now. After say ya chiro baby better no. But where is different case because we know it has never happened before.
Hantina na me pay adwinche bi.
But previous ones no ube ba no na wonim say oh. Media me no ma no so nti me kwa ha na me wo. Media me no ma no do so me kwa no wana. But say no ma no ye pe.
Ye pe watch
for the first
parliament time. Fourth time we.
Yes.
Baby am ko try say majority no. Say ho no. For the first time here, would you experience then
no, we were calling for dialogue. Your person will be free and I transikasa. Because government chief whip no. You can't say who your government chief whip, your majority chief whip. You are not majority chief for the half. You understand? And then for chief, what's the chief whip no? Your hierarchy no. Me mutakaye deputy mutakaye chief whip. I don't pray chief whip. In terms of hierarchy, mutaka will now come and don't pray. If don't pray is the majority. Or don't pray will come and mutaka if mutaka is the majority. Sana ye arrangements in it. Into one traho emo being claimun say or your majority. Assuming say ye ma MPP for kotna. Na ochna ma independent man na ba na wacho letter abre say or buy a while. So that is what will happen.
That is what
will happen.
Who be a constitution? On the question I asked.
Yeah, 110. Was it subject to the provisions of this constitution? Parliament may by law or by standing order regulate its own procedure.
Okay.
In the public elections, Parliament in a day, you about 40 times. In the case of electoral commission, you organize elections to
and then there's office.
Exactly. And in this case, this is the only time, to be fair to this current clerk, you organize elections for parliament. You are thrown to electoral commission. Akoji electoral commission, ballot papers, and logistics and everything to come to parliament. So the sanctity of the elections, say the secrecy no it would have been the most decent parliament. And secondly, say we share a marking. The way in the first time in leadership, so claim say we are majority, deputy majority leader, you must find a way of making sure your government excel. Sa injunction na omodiba at that time. Excuse me, it was needless. Needless to the sense say we court constitution no man. Was it the first no business in parliament shall be transacted on the first day of parliament apart from the election of a speaker. And the nomination and secondment of the election of the speaker, there shall be no debate. Into debate, it was needless. And now, me hear say clerk, no, say we are nominating we are seconding no. And that is Mama was me announce me phone line. So wait to me, Abem 030221170124 030221170124 ofra na wabudin baby a ofrefi na fi odo adwenche no ode atoaso honorable nti say usha standing orders na or say as soon as a member nominate other member that motion must be seconded without debate. It was standing orders no clear nti mut arona Idris nominate Babwin a mutaka secondary you know that is it afenyo sorry na enim say ono so be nominate Omunipa and as a chamber nominating no one so secondary. That is it. But the constitution goes ahead to say that after 104, was any member who sit in parliament and vote in parliament, knowing very well that he was not qualified to vote. Majesty. Majesty akwaba yenti o.
Papa. Bagmianse say at least make match me ko kuba ko ni nkwala menu a yefia kolesa onfin da bokwa chiji the see of parliament no me majesty me condemn both side ni na but the BCBS no the colors here no CJ the colors here wo parliament no the same thing and I what time west here when they were collecting the results I mean me gina obi you collecting results no we did aka let me collection na soldiers be 60 or 70. I'm going to rush you. Yes, so our collection room or scatter him. Obia. Let's say yes to see a car. And I do, CJ. It's I mean, a color at 20 make car radio so be so majesty. And then a crack. So yeah, and it's funny or a collection room one. I can see the colors here. And yet, what I say, and I'll be the same to parliament too. Into any soon to buy. Okay. Why do you what them happen?
Medase Majesty, Mamefa Lookman. Manso Lookman akwaba yenti o
ye nua CJ meje so moni adwuma ya mo bo ma Ghana han de me kan se ade a isi mrese bejafie na no da kwenya mi anim se mrese bejafo no magu omo anim ase ama bi okan no ni se onabo jojo duro de ne won ka sa ade no nenum onabo Ahmed ditum ese de na no moye ye no both sides Mwanya de na nso se de eba no obi e kakalos de na de onabo Ahmed mo ye no panye ye ne de asensentre for ne de mo mpese mo beka eno no enya atwom yen MB ye di matem se de mo dike mo project election MB mo di matem de mo de ebi mo ye no yen sentre for mi bi ye no Ghana ase no entwe ade na ye both sides.
Okay, Medasi Lookman, mamefa me last caller TK akwaba maminti okay TK ahoma no ate mefa last caller 030221170124 na also so wabeka nkomo twetwe no eho obi aba ahoma no so hello good morning. Okay, honorable no anugusa okasa
yeah nti uhwe ni oye na needless constitution say obi obetra parliament ato aba onim say on qualify sem ko betu aba no to a content of parliament
ona ba me fa me last caller Kofi Edu aba ahoma no so Kofi akwa aba o kasa free he
me kasa predominant ya
okay yenti Kofi o be me last caller
okay we dey yi meda ayi friend say NDC ni ase o ma nwu ye ni ma se kra isan say or how near money who near it beside D that was December election. Them say before Bomo triple. some of parliament at the Omoye and Ombesa Abba Bayan replica, Homaba, or my Nina, the Sina Yankupon, I say, you almost on my. It's a moving that I had Mupa never food, which also a pencil blue smoker. Okay, I say, they are much that pass Omoye, and the minor as to betty our constitution. A ban is saying that can lead to a parliament. Yes, I will do a call round, sir. Which means Carlos Eshe Dakobo man Omobra. Among for say a noble can actually they were all aware, opening say, no more John Better, who have video now. I must say, let it be MPs in a Echo Tenasi. Boko send a bay on more Macas Omon Kaho so that they can attack the other side. And then Yanko you almost on. The better massive background, so you better than Yamishano.
Okay, but I say, you be said before for phobia, it be honorable.
Inti constitution is clear. Inti the entire constitution ga say obi obetena wa to aba onim say en qualify say obeto aba was to be a content of parliament. You understand? Inti in constitution nim say ye nominate na ye second year ye debate. You understand?
Yeah.
Inti eba ne sa na the best thing is yento ye two we na say nipa no on qualifier then you go to the court. Your court no so ko jinjanshim. So uko fire no na eba know very well say ade be chiama una work government ade be chiama ya so
mre ni hosa
ade mre ni hosa so ya to aba na then make sure say udi mra no so be den ba we read Carlos statement na or say ye the secret ballot na constitution can eye adwuma or no sense danger danger in what and the name was say oye bribia oye in whatever west or say he did it for the grassroots and he was at it again so here we call ya or kasa ya and that is clear and that was uncalled for. But there been more say oh MPs for ni nyina nyintum say ya nye ne to be fair to some of us. Constitution say yam defend the constitution. Na yenye secret balloting. Obi si on prima yenye secret balloting no. Ma preventing the pano ama ya secret balloting. Ma ya dia na manya dia.
In Parliament House, an honorable member of Parliament.
Constitution and revenue. And revenue.
A prevent irregularity. Say obako tam ballot box.
Ye na chief justice is wo ye speaker na maswe ni ino. Enti nya dia obeka say elections are ye two collation center na wo high court supreme court no bio. We dia obeka court aba na ya swe ni in. You understand? Enti also making sure say udi ye betu ye. To be fair to all of them. Say ye kan ye no me ma wo say me ko gina say no na wo hu me wo gidigidi no.
Yeah.
Me na me marki. Na ye party agent mienu. Yeah, Maki, Dina Clark di ba say obi abeto aba.
Okay.
I seen enough MP ni din kan.
Yes, I've
one register ne pa no. Ama no ne bibia say omra, ama ne time say omra mbe ne swearing in. Nipa na ba betena parliament. They no mu di trust say o no work court work pos na etro. No work parliament wa. You understand? Now
honorable honorable
on that issue, no. On say Clark ni can send be. Earlier on knows on my vote. And a ye gidi. And all cast a fine. On me vote. But the consequences in there on no there and go back.
Well, you're sharing him
now. Dear me, na a yaminess, a yaka can say. Sa court issue no. NDC MPs, MPs. Obiano with Macam said, oh, Yahweh say, injunction beside there, Akoso. And minority leader, and I said, I don't know, call for so no here, no majority leader. Haruna.
Majority leader.
Oh, yeah.
They say you soon leaders go. Your party throw,
one of the
we are majority leaders.
Oh, dear.
And no party throw, we are majority leaders.
One of the leaders.
They say there are two majority leaders. You
need say, oh, yeah, lawyer. I don't know, a lawyer. Now, Ojona na, I said, oh, defending no. Hold there, I never did. I may pass it. In fact, a damn honor, honor, that's right. I was here making sure, say, I'm right. Honorable Casa na MP election, no only court, no parliament, no problem. Ghana, who case never go court. One Casa personal, won't give me qua. Umo people of attorney. So what I say. I'm could now on them. Aside that, a lawyer should be present. It at least in the 2 years on your behalf. the injunction no na oya aware eno oba parliament so obe vote na already the clerk ready here na order na that is and say we no ho sa but then there
okay
Tama ruling no. Is the ruling content of this bill be say
Honorable Ahmed
only the content.
Mame Namase Ebreli tie the am the chief judge force and perform no mudi dwuman Honorable George Odro former member of parliament New Adubiase and deputy minister Agrek na Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim member of parliament Bana and deputy chief whip NDC caucus na me no mo etwetwe nkomo mame and wish you happy birthday and eya wawoda nana akua echampoma safuadu happy birthday
Unketia na bona basoma
bana
so I think
I say Unketia the course he was the captain
Ochina
different
live on Adom TV don't miss out Ochina ewia the Nsoroma season 3 no ya de bebre ma rain free say the price for greatness is responsibility within the CJ Accra.